So today we will see the prerequisite for the next journal program. The journal program says that we have to display a message using a message box. Now, what is a message box? Let me tell you, there are standard dialog boxes available in different programming languages. Now, these standard dialog boxes are used for various purposes. One is sometimes they just display a static message. So they are called as message dialog box. Sometimes they are called as confirm dialog box. Why? Because there will be some confirmation asked, because user may by mistake uh, try to close the application or try to close the window when he is working. That time you must have seen that the system asks you, are you sure you want to close? Or then you will get three messages there: okay, cancel, something like that. So this is called as confirm dialog box. And third is input dialog box. Input dialog box, normally you must not have experienced, but sometimes um, even in VB.NET we had such programs, such message box, wherein a single, as you accept the input through text box, similarly through a small dialog box you can accept a user input. How does a message box looks? So I will just show you in the output window itself. So this is our journal program, next journal program. And see here. Is it visible to you, this part? Trying to
Yes, ma'am.
highlight. Yeah. So this is called as a message box. Normally your application window will be wide enough, and these message boxes comparatively, they are very, very small. They look like a miniature of the main window. Of course, there are again subtypes in that. Some of the message box will have all the three control buttons, and some of the message boxes will have only the close button, like that. So here if we have a small message box which shows only the close button to you. So now let me just show you the code. So these message boxes are of different types. Now, this message box, how to get it in Java application or Swing application. For that, we have a special class called as JOptionPane. So JOptionPane class is also derived from our JComponent class, because even this option pane is considered to be one of the component. So JOptionPane class is used to provide standard dialog boxes. These small windows are called as dialog boxes, remember. Now, what are the types of dialog boxes? This is called as a message dialog box, then confirm dialog box, and input dialog box. Message dialog box normally has only one button, that is called as OK. That means it is just to convey some message. Confirm dialog box will have 2-3 buttons like OK, cancel, or continue, something like that. And input dialog box normally has a text field in that to accept the input. Now these dialog boxes are used to display information or get input from the user. Now, what is the dialog box that is of our interest? Because in one of the journal program, actually in theory you don't have this syllabus, but in one of the journal program, it is asked that we are supposed to create one application that performs division. Let me just show you the statement itself. This is your journal program statement. Write a program that creates a user interface to perform integer divisions. The user enters two numbers in text fields, num1 and num2. The division of num1 and num2 is displayed in the result field when the divide button is clicked. If num1 or num2 were not an integer, the program would throw a number format exception. So, as we have seen last time also in exception handling topic in third semester, we have seen different exceptions. One is number format, arithmetic exception, etc. So number format exception is thrown when the user is expecting a number, but I mean the program is expecting a number, but the user enters non-numeric value. So that should be thrown. If num2 were 0, the program should throw arithmetic exception. Same program we had done in the third semester. Only thing now we are going to, that time it was a normal application. Now we are going to make an applet of it and we are going to use swing components on that. Fine. So display the exception in the message dialog box. This is one specific condition what they have told us. The message should not be displayed on the normal applet area or not on the label. It should be displayed in the message dialog box. So to create this message dialog box, we need to learn something about this option pane class, J option pane class. So this J option pane class, I will cover only what is required, minimum required thing that is used to create this. And there is only one, I mean, there are many methods, but what is the required method for us is show message dialog. Now this method is a static method. That means it will be called by using the class name. What is the class name? J option pane. So when we call this method, we will be calling like J option pane dot show message dialog. Why are we going to call this method? This method will show a message box, small dialog box to display some message. Now, what parameters should be passed to this method? One is component, that is parent component. So first parameter is of the type component. So whether that component is of frame type or something like that. So we can pass the parent component name. In case of applet, normally we pass it as null. In case of frame, it will be the frame name. Object message. So here we have to pass the message. So here the example is here. Yeah, I'll just. Yeah. So we start. There is a small example program. This is a frame, and similarly, I will show you one applet also. These small programs you can try executing tomorrow after you have finished keyboard events and keyboard events and mouse events. After you have successfully executed both, then you can try this small program of displaying a small dialog box, and then you can go for the third journal program, that is division. So here is our program, a small, this is just a demonstrative program. We have a class name, option pane example. Here I have created instance of a frame. Then here I have taken a constructor, same name as the class name. Inside the constructor, I initialize our frame, that is f equal to new j frame. And then if you want, you can even pass on the title here, demo or something like that. Anyways, now we'll avoid the complication. Now inside the frame, I don't have anything. I want to display only a small message through that message dialog box. So since it is a static method, I call that method using the class name. To which class does that method belong to? J option pane. J option pane dot show message dialog. It accepts two parameters. Sorry. First parameter is the parent component on which that dialog box will be placed. So here our parent component is a frame and we have named it as F while declaring, you can see on top. So I pass that name as F here. Second parameter is the string message. So here I have a message to be displayed in double quotes. Hello, welcome to Java Point. I have just taken that from that website. So it is to display that. Then here, since it is a frame, that means it's a application, not an applet. So we have a main method. Inside main method, I'm just trying to create object of that class, that is option pane example. I'm not naming it, I'm just creating the object. So it will call the constructor, that means this code will get executed inside the main method. Once it gets executed, I will see the output like this. Let me show you in the NetBeans. Here I have that option pane example. Same program what I just showed you just now. One more observation what I had in the lab today. Students are normally making this mistake. When you go to create a new project, see here, you say file and say new project, and then you name it, give some name to the project. What happens is when you create a new project, now I'll just say Java application 10 and I'll just finish. Whenever a new app project is created, can you see here, this is the project. I will just highlight it through annotations. This is the project which is got created. Project is a collection of many packages, remember. So the source package, by default, whenever you create a project, it will create one package inside that. It can contain multiple packages, but by default, it creates a package. What is the name of the package? Yes.
Java application 10.
Yeah. So this is the name of the package. And then one more thing, inside that package, by default, the moment you create a project, automatically Java will create one class by name Java application. With the same name. Hmm? If you want, you can keep that class, but normally it's better that you delete that class. Because whenever you create a class, you would want that class program name, that project file name should be same as the class name what you get. So it's better you delete it. And then in this only one package, or you can say normally what I do, I'll tell you. I have created one project. Inside that, I have created different packages. Like for every unit, I have created one package. One package I have created for event handling. Second, I have created for swing programs. Third, I have created for JDBC. Fourth, I have created for JSP programs. And fifth one, I have created for network programs. So these are the 5 units for your advanced Java syllabus. And in each of the unit, you will have two journal programs. So I have created all these packages. So what you should do whenever you want, you go for creation of new package. What students are doing, I have observed, every time they are typing a new program, they are going on creating new projects. So please don't create new project. Now inside this Java application 10 project, you should create a project by your roll number. And inside that, uh, you will create, there will be one, you can say, package. If you want, you go for creating new package or create a new class in the same package itself. When you say create a new Java class or new applet, whichever you want, and here you should name this class name of your program. So you should decide which program you are typing, whether it is journal one program or whether you want to name it as mouse events. See to it that it resembles your class name, program class name. Now in this case, my class name is option pane example. So I should name it as option pane example. Clear with that? And then once you execute it, next time if you want to add again, you should say new and again add a new class. So like this in the same package, see here, I have added all these programs. Clear with that? So you should also do the same. Don't go on creating. And then one more thing, what I observed is when you create your program inside one particular package, like for example, now I'm demonstrating you this option pane example. Can you tell me under which package this program has got created?
Demo file.
Demo file. This, see, this is your project name. This is your project name, demo file, D uppercase. And when it converts it to, when it creates a package with the same name, it creates in this lowercase. Remember, package names are always in lowercase as per the naming convention. So under this package, we have created this program. So whenever a program belongs to a package, in the code, the first line should be package and package name. See like this. And what happens in NetBeans, whenever you create a new class, automatically this line gets inserted above all your import and above all your class declaration. Fine. Why this line is important? Because left side you should see that your class belongs to that particular package. That's why this line occurs automatically, gets inserted. What people are doing is students, they are deleting this line. Once you delete this line, what happens is your import statement shows this kind of error. Today also I saw A division, many of the students were getting this error and because of that their program was not executing. So what you should do in that case, you should realize that this is that error. Otherwise, just take the pointer here. It shows incorrect package. And the moment you click, it shows you two options. Select the second option, change package declaration to demo file. So automatically this line gets added. So even if you by mistake have deleted this line, you can get it back just by clicking on that error message which it shows. Clear? This is a small thing, but it will not execute your program if you have done this. Clear? So this is what I observed. And one more thing what I observed today is most of the students are making mistake in naming this methods like key pressed, key typed. What they are doing is method name should always begin with lowercase. They are typing uppercase. In that case, it doesn't show their error because what Java feels is you have typed a new user defined message with uppercase key type. If you type K as capital in key type, it will think that you have typed a new method there. So it will not give any error, but then it will give another error that the parent class abstract method you have not overridden. So remember to give proper names. And same thing what happens is when you pass the class name in the parameter like action event that time or key event, that time they are typing K as small case. Key event is a class name that should be in capital only. So you just take care of these cases properly. Anyways, let us not have much discussion on that. What I was explaining you, what I was telling you about this program, I will just execute it. You can see the moment I execute, here you see on that frame, there is nothing else but just a small message box demo. Now message box is just to convey the message. So you will have only one button called as OK. The moment you click, that message box gets closed. Clear? Now we are going to make use of this message box in our program. Now, because our first two programs were applet based and students will get used to that applet environment. So we thought of creating the third journal program also in applet. So when I want to take the same, you can say message box in the applet, how does that applet will look? So I've created a small applet here. Again, the same applet. I have named it as OP app. This also belongs to the same package. Then I have import statement. I have imported applet package here. You can even do it as asterisk. And then because I'm using swing component here, J option pane. So I have imported even our swing package, javax.swing. Here I have a class OP app which extends applet because it is an applet. Now inside the init method, I have just called one method. Now what does that method do? Here I have declared that method. That method just calls our method show message dialog just to show that dialog box, a message box. Now here the parent component is an applet. Applet is not considered to be a component like frame, so we just call it as null, and then we just pass the message called as message box. And then that method is called inside init. So when I run that, just a minute. I don't know what difference does it make, but that asterisk, when I converted it to asterisk, it was not recognizing that line. So see, it has created an applet window, and on that we have this message box. Message box demo. The moment I click. So this is what we are going to do in our third journal program. So let me explain you the program code. What is the design of a program? See, the design is like this. Today in the A division, I mean to A division students, I have told them to create this design through code. So even you people can try on your own. If not, at least you can copy this program. I will send it today. So here you can see we have an applet. We have three labels. Just a minute. एक मिनिट एकच मिनिट तुम्ही कुठे आहेत ना एकच मिनिट एक्सक्यूज मी स्टूडेंट्स जस्ट अ मिनिट